to be honest with yourself when you answer this. When you make a decision, a real decision, something that matters to you, what is the first thing you do? Do you sit with it? Do you trust it? Or do you immediately start looking around and see how other people are going to receive it? Do you post it and then refresh the comments waiting to see if people approve? Do you tell someone your idea and then feel like it only because real once they co-sign with it? Like, oh, it sounds good. Oh yeah, it does sound good. If any of that landed, stay with me because today I'm going to talk about approval addiction and what a need for other people to validate your choices, right? Be quietly ruining your entire life. For those of you who are new here, I'm Clique, empowerment coach, social worker, over 20 years in the human service working alongside women, youth, and families. This is the Empowerment Clique, and this is a space where we get real. So let's talk or let's get into it. I want to start by saying something that might be very uncomfortable to hear. Needing approval is not a personality flaw. It's not a sign that you're weak or insecure or even broken. It's actually a very human response to a very specific kind of conditioning. And once you understand where it comes from, once you can actually see the root of it, everything starts to make a little bit more sense. So let me tell you where approval addiction actually begins. For most, and for men I'm talking about in particular, it starts really early. You learn through experiences, through reactions of the people around you, through what gets rewarded and what gets punished. That your choices were safer when other people agree with them, that your ideas have more value when someone also confirmed them, that your worth as a person was somehow connected to how well you performed for an entire audience. Maybe it was a parent who loved, felt conditional or at your behavior. Maybe it was a school environment where fitting in was survival. Maybe it was a church community that taught you that a good woman does not trust herself too much, that humanity means always deferring to someone else's judgment. Whatever the source or the case may have been, when you learned that your own approval was not enough, and you have been looking for it outside of yourself ever since, not really realizing it. And here's what it looks like in real life. Because approval addiction does not always look like what you think it looks like. Picture this. It looks like posting something, sharing something, talking about something, and it's been the next 2 hours checking to see how people respond. Not because you care about the conversation, but because you need to know if it landed, if it was good enough, if you were good enough. It looks like making a decision that feels completely right to you, and then immediately second guessing it the moment someone raises an eyebrow. Not because they gave you no information, just because they seemed uncertain, and their uncertainty became louder than your own knowing. It looks like shrinking an identity before you even share it, pre-editing yourself based on what you think people will like or think, or even like watering your version and your vision so it is more palatable before it even has a chance to be real. It looks like state situations like jobs, relationships, living arrangements that do not fit anymore because leaving will require other people to understand your reasons, and you are not sure you can justify it the way that they get their approval from. Does any of that even sound a little familiar? Because here is a thing about approval addiction that most people do not know or do not even talk about. It's exhausting. Running your life through other people's opinions is one of the most draining things anyone can do because other people's opinions are constantly shifting. What gets approved today might not get approved tomorrow. And if your sense of self is tied to that moving target, if your confidence rises and falls based on how the room responds to you, you will never actually feel stable. You will never actually feel sure of yourself because the approval you are chasing is not something that can be given to you permanently by anyone outside of you. The only approval that actually sticks The only validation that actually holds is your own. Now, I know that sounds very simple, and I know from a lot of women who have spent years, sometimes decades, being conditioned to seek external validation, the idea of trusting your own approval feels absolutely impossible. Like the ground dislocates under your feet. Like if I am not running this through other people first, how do I know it's right? And I want you to sit with that question for a moment because it's a real one. Here's what I've learned from working alongside women who have done a deep work of breaking this pattern. The answer is not that you stop caring about what people think entirely. The answer is that you change the order of operations instead of going outside first and inside second. You go inside first. You check in with yourself first before you check in with anyone else. You ask, what do I actually think about this? What does this feel like in my body? Does this align with who I am and what I value? And you let the answer exist. You let it be real before you take it anywhere else. This is a shift, not eliminating outside voices, but just stopping, letting them be the first voice, letting you be the first voice. And here's what I want you to think about, and I want you to know, and what it is when the others have that shift. When you stop needing approval, you stop performing. And when you stop performing, you stop showing up for yourself. And when you start showing up as yourself, the right people, the ones who actually meant to be in your life, the ones who actually resonate with who you really are, those people find you, not the performances, but you. That is worth working towards. That's worth the discomfort of learning to trust yourself first. So here's one thing I ask of you today. The decision you make, big or small, before you tell anyone, before you post it, before you share it, before you look for a cosign, just sit with it for a moment and ask yourself, what do you think? What do you feel? Whether it aligns with you, and let the answer be the first one that matters. You were not born needing permission to be yourself. That was really learned. And what was learned can be unlearned. Knowing yourself is not selfish, it's necessary. Check yourself so you can be yourself. This is looking into you. This is an empowerment clip, and this is a vibe check.